Hello everyone, my name is Ice37 and today I will be joined by Snow for our next match of Rainworld Bingo 6. Now I'm very excited about this match. What do you think of the two vetoes we have today, that being Gourmand and Artie, Snow?
It's definitely an interesting choice. While Gourmand is um, expected to be banned, since one of the teams is pretty good with Gourmand. The Artificer ban is also another interesting one. It seems like they are not really that combat heavy.
Adept, the team Adept knows that Pupil's really good at Gourmand, yes, with one of the best players of Gourmand on the Pupil team. And so people must not want to be doing a lot of combat, which is why they chose Artificer here today. But let's see what we get with this role here. Now, this is a winner's side match. So we do have, regardless of who wins today, they'll continue to be in this tournament. And so let's roll the wheel and see what we get. Now, the team that wins here today will be facing the team that won the match really fast earlier today, that being Yada and Sigma. So we got Rivulet here. We haven't gotten Rivulet in a while, so I expect we're going to get something interesting. Very cool.
The fastest Slugcat in the entire game, movement-wise.
I'm not sure both teams' comfort with this character. It's definitely, even if you're not that great at this character, you can still do all right because of just how fast the character moves as a base speed. So we'll see how that goes as our production people choose the bingo board for this match.
With Rivulet, due to the high movement speed, you can do specific movement tech, which is impossible with other Slugcat, like deploying or wall pounces, which just gives you more height. And with deploying, you can just hit the water in a certain angle and you get launched pretty far away.
Yes. I'm not sure if anyone's really going to be going for that, however.
Well, if we are getting a goal which requires to visit Moon or deliver something to Moon, getting a point to go through those few rooms is very possible.
I definitely also depend on where we're going to spawn, which depend on the board we get here. Now, we had some interesting matches earlier today, that being one where the shared square really dictated the entire match, made the bottom row easier to get and kind of cheesed out. Not cheesed out, but made you think twice at actually going for it, because it was sharing spear as a Spearmaster, but it was also Chieftain. And then the other match that was my match, that was just before this one, had two shared squares, and when you have that, the majority goes to 14. And so had to get more squares than usual for that match. You do know the board will be seeing it in a moment here. Here we are.
The shared squares will divide the community if they are fair play in this tournament or not.
So I already see an interesting thing about the stats here on the board, that being we have Team 2 has not a lot of average squares, but much longer average game length than Team 1 here. So they're going to want that longer match, but they're also not going to be getting nearly as many squares. Now that might be like that because of matches that went really fast, or went for bingo, or weren't recorded, but still considered as 4 matches from the group stage, so we won't know exactly. Team 1, though, did win by bingo at least one time. We'll see how that goes. Now, Snow, do you want to go over the first row of bingo squares here?
Sure. So the first goal they are going to get, or they can go for, is to befriend a white squid Keda. Then they need to kill 3 monster caps, they need to obtain the Monk Passage, they need to hit 8 creatures with jellyfish, and they need to get the giant jellyfish unlock.
Kind of already seeing a trend with jellyfish and otherwise shoreline and submerged here. Be very interesting. Now, second row here, we have 3 mold in a shelter, another one for that jellyfish, getting the aquapede unlock, getting 50 points with kills in 1 cycle, killing a eel lizard, I believe, and also taming an eel lizard. Maybe those will happen at the same time. We'll see.
Yeah. Next up is getting the jetfish unlock. Then they need to pin 4 snails in a submerged superstructure, kill 3 giant jellyfishes, get the glowweed unlock, and enter shoreline.
Enter shoreline makes me think we're just in submerged. That's an interesting one. Now again, I don't know if this will be a thing, but I wonder if we're gonna be seeing bitter area at all. I think it might just be submerged proper, and then the connection to shoreline is where everything's gonna be happening here. Now at this 4th row, it's gonna be the Scholar Passage. You can get that just in shoreline. Shoreline Safari. Eat 20 of this glow lanterns. A lot submerged. You can over that in multiple cycles. Hit a Leviathan 6 times. Now if they get docile, that might be pretty easy. But depends, you might lose your rock, and kill an aquapede.
After that, they need to dodge a Leviathan bite, store 6 bubbleweed in the same shelter, get the rivulet unlock, grab the pearl from Moon's structure, I think it's that one, and get the vista point in shoreline.
I think that is submerged superstructure. In world regions. DM. That's a little odd. I don't know. I think that one. So it's mentioned as DM because I believe it's both in submerged and in Looks to the Moon for Spearmaster. Which is why it's a little odd, because that's a Looks to the Moon tag, but it can be in both.
Look this up. In the submerged superstructure, according to the map.
Yes.
Because otherwise called SL Moon.
Submerged superstructure. Okay. Interesting. A lot of... If you don't know this region, it's going to be hard. But I don't know who knows this region, so it's going to be interesting one way or another. It's also got that tame squid cicada. I got to know where snails are. Finding the eel lizard. There's like 1 in the whole area. You're kind of just going around seeing what you can get here. And then you choose 1 person to go into shoreline, as it's not going to be easy to get out otherwise. Of course, I believe you can still very much get to bitter area if you so want to, but I don't know if that would be worth your time, as I don't think there's any challenges up there specifically that you need other than getting into shoreline just an alternate way. We'll find out here soon enough.
I also don't see anything else which is worth to go up there. Just going out
So if
there.
you're in this...
More profiting.
If you're in this situation, what are you looking for a square? Like, what ones do you really want to do?
Well, since looking at the spawn, which is going to be on the very right side of submerged superstructure, grabbing a jellyfish and trying to find the creature would be my first thing to do.
Trying to tame the eel lizard, or just trying to kill things, you mean? With the jetfish, just trying to move around fast.
I mean jellyfish. Jellyfish, not
jellyfish. Okay. Okay. Yeah, jellyfish. Well, how How exactly do you want to kill these jellyfish? I guess is another question. We're going to be starting here. We'll get to see the spawn location. It is the vertical shelter next to the cape here.
On the left, there should be some snails, which would be a very quick call if they can find a spear.
Yes. Okay. We got some people going right, some people going left. I think got one from each side going each direction. Now I know there's immediately a jellyfish off to the right. I don't know how much health these jellyfish have. Brain World Jellyfish. Giga Jellyfish. It's got 2 health. Whoa. Okay, that's not too bad, but you're not getting your spear back. Is the problem. If you could find explosives, that would be great.
Tima is making very good progress on the snails.
Okay. How many snails is this again? Is this pinning them? 4 different snails. Okay. This is definitely the easiest one to get immediately. I'm starting to look at this again and I'm like, there's monk passage there. What am I doing here? I mean, there's not really meat to eat. I guess there's bat flies. You just got to think about not doing that. You've got your glow weed. You've got your mold from the special friend. If Sheldon, whoever, can immediately get to a jellyfish, kills it, it can also take those 3 into a shelter and then it automatically eats it. It could be interesting. I kind of like this board because it makes you do things you're uncomfortable with. But it's gonna go. It's also things are just gonna go fast. You don't know what the other team's doing at any point.
There's one point where they know where the other team is whenever someone get into shoreline unlock.
Yes. I don't know if I want to leave submerged for quite a while. I mean, maybe you gotta. Those diagonal squares is always what I think about. So it's like leave, get that shoreline unlocked, and then I will want one other diagonal. This befriend eel lizard, I think, is bait, unless you like know where to do this. It's a lot of feeds for an eel lizard, if you didn't know. I don't know how many, but it is a lot. I would assume 4, yes. Anything beyond 1 feeding is already kind of rough. I mean, if you're really on it, you could very much steal it from the lizard constantly, but it's very easy to die. That's the scary thing. The other part about it is just the one eel lizard that I know of, that guy can be wherever he wants to be. You're not really going to be tracking this guy down, knowing he's going to be in one location easily to feed them. You're going to have the nerds there. You're going to probably not want to take the food back from them and throw it back for the feeding. Zethka's had a death there. I sent him back to the starting shelter. It's very unfortunate. It is a little hard to tell where everyone is, but I believe Ryan Drumler is in the bottom left of the map right now. While Sheldon's about in the upper middle. Oh, still near the shelter, actually. I don't really know where Tire for Olive is. This is Tire for Olive's first match, by the way. Had to have a substitute in for the teammate. So it's very interesting to see how they play here. I'm sure they're very excited to have their first match be submerged and not everywhere else like everyone else. But sometimes you gotta do the interesting things. Bingo matches are here to make people do things they're not really comfortable with. Brian gets the not eel, is it the aquapede unlock?
Nice.
Which is very good. Let's see if we can get save here. I always worry about breath, because I don't really know how long a rivulet can go here. A lot of People eating a lot of lanterns, but who knows? Leviathan could show up at any point in some of these rooms, so you gotta be aware of that. I think Brian's gonna be locking in the Aquapete Square. Really big one to get. Really big one. I don't know if anything else has happened. There's the pin, snails, we really gotta be thinking about. Oh, got both of them. All right, Snow, you're blue team here. Are you going to Shoreline? Is it like, all right, we've lost two things here. We need to get something else. What is it? What is your plan here? What are you thinking? Especially if you're Sheldon here, who's back at the starting shelter again.
I would definitely start to move towards Shoreline. I wouldn't enter it yet, but I would start to get goals close to the Karma Gate. And be ready just in case if they are about to get the bingo.
Yes. Are you thinking about killing the jellyfish here? That's center square. Not something you do every day. If you're not comfortable, unsure.
I am really not comfortable with the combat against the jellyfish or avoiding them at all. But if we manage to kill at least one of them, that's also another goal, to store the slime mold in the shelter.
Here's the one thing I am thinking about now is that yes, the jellyfish is 2 health, but oh, Brian just did a ploink. I don't know if this is they meant to do that. I don't know if this is a room you actually want to do that in. What's going on here? That's a rough way to actually get up there. But yeah, you're gonna need 3 spears to kill the jellyfish, because if they get the 0 health, they're not gonna die. I mean, I don't know if you want to get close to that thing to take the spear out. It's a little scary.
Another flank.
Okay. Still don't know what we're going for here with Brian. I don't know what's up there, to be honest. I always thought of this room as a dead-end room. It is hard to get this angle, so you can't just go straight up easily.
There might be an unlock over there. It seems
If
like
I was these pairs, I would be where Tefrolov is right now. Because this is the more open air. There's the squid cicadas here. I know there's this jellyfish here. I can probably get spears over time and kill this guy, and then get my spears back. I could start ferrying him someplace else. I'd be looking on the map if there's any place where there's 2 jellyfish in a room, because if you kill one, all those 3 spears become available immediately, and you don't have to ferry them between places. So the players are definitely having a rough time. Seems like Brian's the only one.
Oh,
What? Brian's the only one that's having a good time here. Did do the ploink. Weird angle. I think they went through the wall, actually.
I mean, it
didn't
did
actually
work.
go up.
There's no complaint.
I don't know what's over here. Oh, this is the rivulet unlock. I forgot. This is the usually it's a one-way thing.
There. That's another unlock. Brian is just going for all of the unlocks.
How many pins is this? 4 pins, and there's like 2 snails in this room. Surprised that snail one hasn't been done yet. Let me pull up the map again here. I really want to know.
And with Brian being over there, he's kind of close to the Karma Gate, to Shoreline.
There's only 3 snails here next to the shelter to Frolov. There's just stabbing 3 of them at. So you're going someplace else for some, or you're saving again and then you're doing it again. Which food is weird.
They can burn a passage to get the snails, but I don't think
I-
that's worth it.
I just realized something. Tip for all of where they died earlier with that room where we were looking at the jellyfish that was in the open area. That's where the big jelly unlock is, but it's way up high in the air. That normally you got to go pretty out of your way in a different direction to actually get up there. So we're gonna be checking that. I think Azalthicus is pretty close to that room. Yes, I think they need to drop down and go left. If but I'm not sure where the water line is, so maybe I'm mistaking this room for another room. And the eel lizard got them while they're checking the map. Oh, it's so rough. They got the bubbleweed for blue team. Of all the things could have gotten, as not the one I would have thought he would have gotten right now.
Blue team is on the board.
I realized there's just a enter shoreline just in general square. I thought it was just the safari and some other things you can kind of do in neighbor places, but no. I feel like now I'm thinking about kelp kills. There's no easy kelp kill in water, I feel. Just because it's easy to kind of lose where you are. You might clip through the other side of a kelp and then miss your spear and then you're feeling bad. I don't really know how far spears go in water before they're not useful. I always kind of consider it as a melee weapon, so I kind of want to be close. So I'm not comfortable with throwing in water. And a lot of people die, the kelp's in shaded because they throw underwater and they expect it to get hit. It does not. Something to think about.
Be very close to hit the muscle cap in the water.
Brian is right next to shoreline here, by the way. Just need to go up a room. Tim Frolov, I believe, has pinned 30 snails and is holding another one. They've at least pinned 2. See where this goes. Sheldon's still in the depths. Who knows where this is?
Oh,
Is that the guy just killed an aquapede? Yeah.
And Shadow is making progress on the glowweed.
I don't know how much progress that is. Close on the breath here for Sheldon. So here's another thing to kind of talk about for people. Also, big thing for Brian here is the shelter immediately on the other side of the gate. So we get this enter shoreline easily. Could re-enter back if they want to fake them out, potentially. Have that as a passage for later. Big thing about the Sennies is that, as I understand, they are adult Senties, but they all have the same length, but they still can be just as variant as other centipedes. So with adult centipedes, they can kind of be different sizes, and that also means their health changes as well. But the aquapedes are all the same size, but their health is still variant. So sometimes you'll get an aquapede that it just has 2 health, and you will die in 2 spears. Or have like 1.6, something like that. There's a big variance in their health, while others won't die for like 4 hits.
Tima just needs to shatter now. They have the snail pins.
Yes, I checked it. The aquapedes can have 1.8 to 6.5 health. So you're hoping for that. You're hoping for 2 spears kills that man. Big settings to mine 10 to 12 hits sometimes. I want to check that. Is that true?
It's a huge difference. I did not know that they can vary that much.
Adult centipedes goes to 12 health. They can have less than 1 health. Wow. That's funny. I didn't know they go up to 12. That is pretty crazy.
Just Shadow needs to lock in the glowweed. They have enough.
Here's the interesting thing. I don't know how much this affects this area, but the gravity is turning on and off. If I'm blue team, that 1 square you got, it's not contributing to a bingo anymore. I don't know what we're doing. I think Brian's going for either a ploink or is getting the dodge Leviathan. That would be a really good square to get. That gets the 2nd diagonal on the board. However, if you just get to moon, you get that red unlock. You're feeling great. You're probably going to have to eat the jellyfish, so which means you're not getting monk passage, but honestly, who cares? Brian's just hitting this Leviathan, actually. Never mind. This guy, how they're behaving right now, they've already bitten They're passive. They're just trying to leave the room. So they're just going to be going to the right. I don't know when this guy actually turned in on himself. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I was trying to find his spear.
There's the pin from Trip for Olive there.
Came up with the
And
double.
the pearl. Don't know why that was late, but very good.
Blocking that middle row is pretty good from blue team.
Some good squares out there. I'm still thinking I really want that diagonal. Brian's get 2 different diagonals here if they get the hits plus the Safari unlock. But you're kind of playing with fire with this Leviathan as it's not leaving the room because it's on a timer of not being docile anymore of like 2 minutes. You don't know when it bit initially, at least I didn't see it. So maybe it'll become active again and it'll try to kill you. Also, where could this shoreline vista possibly be? I think this is going to be a wild goose chase for Brian. Unless they get real lucky.
Yeah, the vista points in shoreline mostly underground, I think.
Yes. So here's a thing from earlier. A really good square from Sheldon there, eating 20 of those lanterns. A lot of work into that one. Gazethicus did kill that Aquapede, but died. So, don't know where we're at. Turn for Off gets the unlock for the big jellyfish. What are we thinking about now? Hovering over tame lizard? Kill lizard? Choose your fighter.
And with
Tame
the
lizard,
jellyfish,
kill lizard.
they are blocking one of the diagonal bingos.
Yes.
But he needs to lock it in.
Really want that center square if I'm blue a little bit. Actually, it doesn't matter nearly as much as it did before, but I feel like that's the more reasonable thing you should go for here, especially because you can get that moss into a shelter if you're in such a good position. Time for Olive's kind of just standing here thinking about life. Where's Bingo? Please give me the strength to Bingo. Okay. I'll figure it out. Kelp there. I don't know where kelps are. That's a pretty good kelp to kill if you've got a spear. Otherwise, it's pretty awkward to go by. Another save from Brian. Did get that lock in for the Safari next to Moon. Also did hit the Leviathan like 4 or 5 times, I think. So we're feeling good. Never mind. Gazethicus either killed it again or didn't die. I don't remember what happened. Good progress. Get that locked in.
Also,
Good square, 2 in a row.
Zeticus has the white squidcada, and in the room under the shelter, there's some bad flies to tame it.
If you're blue, you've got only 2 bingos available to you. And it's the 2 rows that neither team has anything in it. You've got column A and row 1. And I don't know if you even care. You've got 4. It's not terrible. It's 4 to 6 here, or 6 to 4.
Yeah, it's still very much anyone's game.
Brian died to Leviathan there. Almost got the dodge. It is hard to do it with just Rivulet base speed if they are doing that. But really worth it to be messing with this Leviathan right now if you're Brian. Otherwise, it's going for Shoreline, Vista, and the Jetfish unlock. So, Tim Froliv and Gazethicus both have Big Jelly. Neither of them have locked it in. I don't know where Tim Froliv is going here. I guess we're going for other challenges. I would just lock in the square, personally. So we're playing with fire here. Gazethicus gets a chance to steal this.
Yep.
There's
they get
that
point.
kelp kill. So getting some progress on that, which is good. But it could end up being bad for them. Gazethicus also doesn't have a spear. Scared of this kelp, and you should be. It's not great positioning. That was a ploink. Okay. Where are we anymore? With the space. did you know, as far as I'm aware at least, you can only die to fall damage if you go down. So you can go up as hard as you want. And you should be fine.
As far as I know.
Don't know where we went. What's going on here? Probably slapped against the wall really high up. Yep. Nice. Real good.
They made it up.
Don't know how far away the shelter is, though.
I think it should be up 2 rooms above. Yeah,
There's going to be a race here between bottom left and top right here. Who's going to get to the shelter first? I don't know how much food both people have. They don't know they're in a race, but we know. And we know it's going to be pretty rough. I think Tomorrow is really high up there. Brian's torturing poor lizards. What did they do to you? What did they do to deserve this? So Brian, 1, gets the jellyfish hits here. Also gets the jetfish unlock, which is directly below them. They're going to have to go out of their way a little bit to get that, but not too bad for Rivulet. Hopefully they have food as well. That's probably all of the hits for Brian. How many hits is that? 8? I thought I've seen 8 already. All right, got it.
And Salamander is just having a seizure at this point.
Gazethicus and Timferol were in the same room at the same time here. Timferol is just there. Gazethicus having issues going up. Please save. Just go in there.
They need
Do
food.
it. It's right there. Please. They don't have food.
food.
Because Gazethicus have food. They do have food.
Yeah.
No!
Red team is blocking another possible bingo for blue team.
Oh, that's so unfortunate. Had that for a while. Went for the kelps. Didn't have food. That's 2 of them at the same time.
Blocking
So now there's no bingo. Oh, man. That's unfortunate. During this time, Sheldon got in the shoreline. It's pretty far in the shoreline as well. Looking to snipe that jetfish unlock from Brian is actually right next to that room right now. Brian decided not to save in the shelter immediately, instead going down here for food. It might be close. I don't know if Brian actually got the jetfish unlock. Blue has no bingos. That was very much the right at the end there. Worst thing that could happen. Tim Frolov, I don't think, was getting the tame squid cicada square, but that was definitely the more important one that we didn't realize was happening. I think this is a few squares locked in for Brian here. Yes, it is. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 to 4. Got 4 in a row and blocked multiple that Blue were actively working on. It's so unfortunate. They were right there. It was right there for them. I keep going for the kelp.
That team is taking a comfortable lead at this point.
I think Brian has the Leviathan market covered here. He's going to get a few more hits. He's going to get that dodge. And he's probably going to get some pearls as well if I'm them. I do not think they touch the pearl in Looks the Moon. Doesn't matter nearly as much, that square.
I think only Tima did touch the pearl.
Well, the Shoreline Vista, I do not believe anyone's checked any location yet. There's a pipe, there's the top of the entire Shoreline Tower, and there's next to Shaded. Brian is getting close to it next to Shaded.
And if they are climbing up the tower, there's also a pearl over there. Which they can just bet for the scholar.
I don't know if the room Brian was just in would be the one that has the vista, or if it's this one, but I believe they checked both of the rooms that I would have thought that this would be in. Gonna be moving on other vista places. Now Sheldon is at Shoreline Tower. Now you gotta think about, alright, the board creator made this board. Is all about being in submerged superstructure. Where possibly could this vista be? It's got to be top shoreline tower. Sheldon had the dodge, but didn't jump out of the water to get away from it. and it died on the second bite there. It's unfortunate. I really do think Sheldon's onto something here. I think he needs to go back up to Shoreline Tower. If he had that Shoreline dodge, Leviathan dodge, and gets the Vista, that's what's going to breathe a lot more life in the blue team here. Because red team still needs 3 more squares. Now, that doesn't sound like a lot, but with this board, where nobody knows where anyone else is, anything can happen. So we do not know. It looks like Adept is trying to go for the tame eel here, but where is this eel? Where are we going to find this eel?
Ima is also taming the eel. I'm a dead.
Interesting. Right. I want to see Sheldon get up to the Shoreline Tower here again. I believe Brian is in the other Vista location. It says you feel the presence of a Vista. It is not at the top of Shoreline Tower, unfortunately. It is on Brian's screen now. They've got to drop down the middle of this tube to go and get it. Feels real good if you're red team right now.
Since Zeticus is working on the team, they are looking for the column A bingo.
I forget, is there even big jelly in Shoreline? They are there for Saint.
I don't think so. There's giant jellies in Shoreline for anyone else but Saint.
Let's check here real quick. There's only one location I would think they would be in. Shoreline. Shoreline.
I don't see any giant.
Nope, they're not there. They would be right next to Shaded, is where I'd think. Unfortunate. The invasive species only comes out when it's snowing. It's cold out. Xethicus got the tame here. Real good. Missed what exactly they were doing. Brian's next to garbage waste here. Gonna take a while till they can get anywhere worth anything. Maybe looking for Leviathans. Xethicus, where are we getting food? Is the question.
There's a lot of scares, which I would definitely go for the kill to tame eels with. But I didn't see if Zeticus got the tame fully or just gave them.
Yes, it popped up. It 100% popped up on the board. So they just need to save now. Don't know where Froliv is, though. He's been working on it. I'd be thinking about Kelp again if I'm him. So he got the one Kelp. The movement in this area. Does the tantalizing do the weird jump to make it go faster or go the long way? Which one do you do? This could just waste your time.
It could. Does it worth
Is
the
it-
price? Go.
Is it actually low grav in these rooms? I've been unable to fully tell because it turns on and off. Sheldon gets the eel tame too? What's going on here?
Everybody's
Kill
taming.
him! Kill him! Sacrifice him! As well, get both at the same time. Kill your friend. Alright. All good. Xethicus about to... Oh no, he's not going for it. He's not gonna save just yet. I don't know if he's got food yet. Sheldon, don't die, leeches. He's got a... Okay, it's fine.
Oh no, Brian died to the Leviathan.
Amazing. Oh, Brian's still going for Leviathan stuff. He knows where they are. I think he needs to save closer to one. Really good square for blue.
Nice.
Especially because
Shadow Scroll.
Xethicus just got to the shelter to save. I don't know if Xethicus killed him. Did not. Doesn't look like it. Sheldon's got the chance to kill that eel lizard now because it's not that crazy out of the way either. Something that I'm starting to see might actually be coming into play here is the get 50 points in one cycle. I don't even know where you do this in these regions. Maybe you just escape. Maybe you go to garbage waste for that. there's so many other things to work on. You've got to get some more pearls, especially if you're Sheldon. Which pearls are you going for? I think you got to go to garbage wastes. I think you get 2 pearls and you go to garbage wastes after you get this eel kill. Which, where did this man go? I thought he spawned right here. Sheldon, where's the nice man?
I was thinking about shaded, if there's a pearl close by to the Karma Gate, but that's just a regular pearl.
Yes. There's the eel. I think at least one spear has missed. Do not want this man to get away. Big jellyfish give 20 points. Oh. That changes a lot of things.
So completing the goal, those 2 goals is possible if you can kill 3 giant jellyfish in one cycle.
Yes. If I'm Sheldon, I'd save immediately after killing this guy, because you don't know what the other teams are doing. But that's technically an easier square. Don't know what's going on with everyone else so far. Brian, I feel like needs to save someplace else for these Leviathan relevant things.
Yeah, with this board it's very difficult to check where the other team is, since if you get a goal, you don't know if the other team is going for it or not at all.
Yeah.
Wow, the scavengers
Very
of the are not just falling down.
Locks it in for Sheldon there. Brian, I feel, is in such a great place where they get to work on the 2 Leviathan goals, and it seems like to me they're going to be going for Pearl here. Or maybe they don't go for Pearl. I'd be thinking about touching it. I guess, so that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. They need 2 more squares. If Brian gets both Leviathan squares, which they're at like 5 hits in the Leviathan, doing very good. Surprised no one's got the mug square. People have died too many times for this, is the problem. I don't know where anyone's at for that kind of thing. I don't think anyone's really eaten bad flies. I don't know what's been going on between Gazethicus and Diprolov. I know there's a lot of bad flies in the area, I believe. So sometimes you just gotta eat to get those things done.
Brian got the dodge.
Gazethicus. Once again, it's a problem that both players, top left, bottom right, on the same issue. Where are the spears? They're really just not here. Where Gazethicus is really awkward because you got the kelp to the left, you got this jellyfish kind of harassing you otherwise. You gotta figure out this area. You gotta bring a spear into it because they really don't like to spawn in these few rooms that Gazethicus is in right now. And if they do, you're not gonna be able to see them. It's very hard to see things.
Okay, now I'm looking at the map, and there's 3 colored pearls in shoreline, so they don't even need to leave shoreline to get the scholar.
That is the dodge from Brian. Missed that one, didn't get the hits. I think he's just trying to lock in everything that he can. He knows he's ahead for the hits. If he gets this square, it is over. That's 13 squares for red on 1 more square.
Since they blocked all of the bingo opportunities for blue team, they don't need to get a bingo. They can go for majority.
Yes. It to me, I've got to say, Brian knew what he was doing. Of everyone here, Brian did so much stuff that was so, like, really awful. Did ploinks in, I believe, 2 different places, or it was Brian and then Gazethicus did one. Gazethicus got the big jellyfish unlock and beat Timfrolov in getting it because of the ploink. Brian just got to shoreline, got the rivulet unlock, all because they also did a ploink in what I thought was a dead end room. And saved a lot of time. Some weird stuff. I have not seen too much of a misplay from Brian. Timfrolov and Bell, it is rough. It is rough playing against someone who especially had a plan going into this. I don't know Brian as someone as knowing this kind of area. So it's really cool to see that.
Yeah,
that is the hits.
We thought that submerged superstructure is going to be the play, but it seems like going to shoreline first is the play. Or being the first in shoreline.
Gazethicus cleared a lot of stuff in submerged as well, so it was really big. It is going to be over here in just a moment. Brian has gotten the 6 hits, only needed that one more, has a lot of food to eat. Really well done from Brian Gazethicus. Sheldon and Timberolov, both of you have done good. Did a lot of good things. I don't know if going for the lanterns early on was the play. It kind of took a lot of time. You knew you could get it, but the other 2 people on the other team were able to do some of the somewhat simpler things. Was the only problem. Timberolov got stuck in no food land, really hard to move around. Did really well otherwise. Got those snails and was getting those kelps and contesting with Gazethicus on a lot of stuff. Really good from all players.
Yes, very well played by both of the teams.
What do you think of this match? This is an interesting one. I like what I've seen here, just because it's so, you don't know what's going on at all. But is this something that you would like? If you played this match in tournaments, though, would you be happy about it, or would you be kind of all over the place? So
I would definitely be lost in submerged superstructure. I would really head to shoreline because I am more comfortable around shoreline and just get the goals over there. Seems like to be my play. But yeah, this was really interesting to see. Submerge is not a very frequent region in these bingo games, and it was good to see.
Right. Well, thank you all for watching here today. We have what I believe to be 3 more matches tomorrow. Thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for playing. Something weird seemed to have happened on Sheldon's screen. But we'll see y'all tomorrow. The match earliest tomorrow is gonna be in 17 hours from now. And then the one after that's gonna be in 19 hours from now. And those will likely be all on the Rain World Events channel. If y'all are interested, if you are someone who's not part of the Rain World speedrunning group and you want to see more of this, follow the Rain World Events Twitch channel. And that's where you'll be able to see more, especially tomorrow. We're getting closer and closer to the end of the bracket here. That was just a winners quarterfinals match. And we're going to be moving a lot more through the lower bracket as we go on. All right, that's everything for me. If you have anything else to say, Snow?
Yep. Well, see everyone on the games tomorrow. It's a goodbye from me.
Goodbye.